WBTV, covering breaking news live. More reporters on the important stories live. Tracking your first alert weather live. WBTV News live at 5 starts right now with breaking news.
And this breaking news live at 5, take a look. This overturned tractor trailer has lanes on I-45 in South Charlotte shut down. The North Carolina Department of Transportation just put out this photo of the crash.
Look at that. This is near the South Tryon Street exit. We're told lanes in both directions are shut down this hour. You know, this is a busy time with people getting home from work and school.
Now, as we take a look at our traffic map, there you can see the backups that overturned tractor trailer is causing are pretty significant. The red indicates the backups. We're going to keep on top of the story throughout the evening. We'll let you know when things clear up. And live at 5 is a big change in the weather coming this weekend. You're hearing it first from WBTV. 3 first alert weather days and the threat of snow this weekend. There's a lot that could change between now and then.
Meteorologist Rachel Coulter joins us now. Rachel, you're refining the forecast with expertise that people can't get on generic weather apps.
Yeah, you know, that's a really good point. This is one of those forecasts where we see changes each and every day, and some of those generic weather apps you may even have on your phone are just going to take one run of one model and print that out for your forecast. And so you're going to see a lot of flip-flopping over the course of the next few days. So definitely a time, if you haven't already, to grab our free WBTV First Alert Weather app. Our whole team is putting in our forecast, looking at all of the data, trending it through time, and putting that in the app. And of course, talking about it on air as well. We have been watching this all week long. Issued that First Alert Weather Day for Friday to start off the week, and we went ahead and added the weekend over the past couple of days. So let me show you the overview of the forecast so far. Looking at your high temperatures, and these are your high temperatures, we're going to spend another day in the 70s, 60s by Friday, 50s by Saturday. Highs likely won't make it out of the 40s by Sunday, and it's in that time frame where we're going to have those higher precipitation chances. First Alert Weather Days Friday, Saturday, and now Sunday. So there's the update if you're tuning in for the first time today. We went ahead and lumped Sunday in. So right now, 70 degrees, and this is after hitting 72 degrees in Charlotte this afternoon. We've got plenty of 70s and upper 60s across the Charlotte metro, 60s to the north and west, low 70s to the south and east, 53 right now in Boone. As I mentioned, another day in the 70s tomorrow, then we start to see those changes. So I'm going to walk you through the latest look at our 7-day forecast in a few minutes.
Rachel, thank you. Breaking news now live at 5. You might have just seen an alert on your phone. An 18-year-old in Cleveland County has now been arrested for a shooting from last week. Police say Tylee Smith shot 2 people in Mooresboro over the weekend, killing 1 person and injuring another. Police say 18-year-old Zaquan Hollis was found with a gunshot wound in his back. 19-year-old Kyrain Littlejohn was taken to the hospital where he later died. Smith was arrested inside the Cleveland County Courthouse yesterday while he was appearing for a drug charge. He was charged with murder, but more charges are expected. Now to Kannapolis, where a 14 and 16-year-old have been charged with a murder that happened last month. It's the second recent case involving teens being charged with murder.
That's right. Last week, Kannapolis police arrested another 14-year-old in a separate homicide. These are kids. WBTV's David Wisnan is live in Kannapolis right now. And David, question being raised here, are these cases related? Do we know?
John, Kannapolis police told me today they do not believe that these cases are connected. They think they're separate incidents, even though the circumstances are similar. It is disturbing, neighbors say, because now you have the lives of 2 young teens lost and 3 even younger teens charged with murder.
This is where evil has invaded our community, but we place our trust and our faith in God.
Dr. Tom Cabanis has been pastor at First Baptist for 27 years. He's seen highs and lows in Kannapolis.
If anything, I would say Kannapolis is a resilient community.
The recent shooting deaths of 2 teens and the arrest of 3 juveniles in the 2 cases is disturbing for many here.
Well, we have to lean into each other. We have to stand with each other and encourage each other and recognize this is not something we deal with all the time.
Well, David, I've been here 37 years, and we've never experienced anything of that magnitude.
The first murder happened on Sunday, January 22nd. The body of 18-year-old Zay Martinez was found in this apartment parking lot off Rainbow Drive. Last night, police said they arrested a 14 and a 16-year-old for murder and armed robbery. The second homicide was on Elwood Street on January 26th. 17-year-old Tyel Hankins was shot to death in a car, police said. A 14-year-old has been charged in that case. City Councilman Darrell Jackson says he doesn't believe this is a trend.
Well, we'd certainly like to think that it's not a trend, that it's just a situation that happened under just certain circumstances. But again, I think we need to look into that.
For a city that has had so much positive news in the last few years, particularly the rebirth of downtown following the closure of Pilatex, this is a setback they hope will not continue.
And we rally from this by talking with each other rather than talking at each other, by praying for each other rather than pointing fingers of accusation. And we will bounce back because this is a strong neighborhood.
So where did the guns come from? I put that to police today. I wanted to know if these guns were stolen or if there could be more charges coming against the owners of the guns that were used in the commission of these crimes. Police said they couldn't answer that. They said that information is pertinent to this investigation, which is ongoing. Live in Kannapolis, David Wisnett, WBTV, on your side.
All right, thank you, David. Well, live at 5, police are warning people in Fort Mill about thieves stealing mail directly from mail drop boxes. Fort Mill police say the thefts are happening outside the Fort Mill post office on Tom Hall Street. They're now asking people to only consider using the drop box inside the post office lobby to help prevent thefts. The lobby's available 24/7. Investigators are still working to figure out who stole the mail. Live at 5, Durham police are looking for the person who's wanted for making bomb threats. Police say this happened at 2 businesses last Thursday just before 7 p.m. They say this man on your screen is seen walking into 2 businesses and yelling he had a bomb and then walking away. Officers say no bomb was found at either business. If you have any information about who this person might be, you're asked to please call police.
And live at 5, a North Carolina family now has closure after a decades-long murder case was finally solved thanks to DNA testing. Mary Davis disappeared in 1987 while working at a Lexington hardware store. Police found her body but couldn't figure out who killed her until now. Reporter Hannah Jeffrey spoke with her family, who says they're grateful to finally have some answers.
Photo albums hold the memory of Mary Davis. Davis, the mother of 2, was abducted and strangled to death nearly 35 years ago.
They tell me all the time I look like her, and I act like her sometimes. But my daughter actually named her Mary after her.
Davis was last seen on May 30th, 1987 at her job. She worked at Lanier's Ace Hardware store in Lexington. Mary's daughter, Tracy Davis, was 1 year old at the time.
I've always heard that she was kind and sweet, and she had a lot of patience, and she just liked people.
While she doesn't remember her mom, there's now an end to decades of wondering what happened.
But I think it was more relief that, you know, all these things my whole life that I maybe have thought about, or it could be, or it was proven.
Lexington police finally solved the case. With genealogy advancements, they identified Russell Wood as her killer.
We know who did it.
Clearing Tracy's dad's name, Richard Davis.
That's one less thing I have to worry about having bad dreams about and stuff.
And bringing long-awaited closure to a deserving family.
Police say they still don't know a motive for the killing, and they may never know. The family says they plan to honor Mary this coming Sunday on what would have been her 65th birthday.
North Carolina legislators passing a parental rights bill yesterday. A similar bill is now before South Carolina lawmakers. We broke the news yesterday of North Carolina senators passing a bill that would give parents more say in their child's education. The bill is known as the Parental Bill of Rights. It's being criticized, though, by some for harming LGBTQ students. The bill now heads to the House. Now, a similar bill restricting what can be taught and discussed in schools is being debated in South Carolina. This bill is called the Transparency and Integrity in Education Act. It would ban teaching concepts including one race, sex, ethnicity, color, or national origin is inherently superior to another, and that people are responsible for other actions committed in the past by members of their same race or sex. Democrats tried to propose some amendments, including some that exempt lessons on certain topics, such as Jim Crow or Dixiecrats, but all were voted down.
I've been through a whole heck of a lot of racism in this daggone state. So when you see us come up here and you see us talking about these things that we know are going to do damage to our communities, all I ask is you just try to take us a little bit serious.
If this bill passes the House, it'll next head to the Senate. This debate is still going on in the House of Representatives. We'll bring you an update on the final vote when it comes in.
Live at 5, we have sad news to share this evening. One of the trailblazers of Mecklenburg County, Judge Shirley Fulton, has passed away. Judge Fulton was the first black woman to win a Superior Court seat in the Tar Heel State. She passed away this morning. Reports show the cause of death is from complications from gallbladder cancer. She also served as an assistant Mecklenburg County District Attorney, District Court Judge, and a law professor. Judge Fulton was 71 years old.
While gas prices have remained steady in the past week, AAA says good job numbers and higher demand could push prices back up. But check this out. This morning we saw gas for $2.99 a gallon at the 7-Eleven on Brookshire Boulevard near Hovis Road. I saw it for $2.89 up at a place on Harris Boulevard. That's definitely not the norm, either one of those. As we take a live look at AAA's website, these are their updated averages. In North Carolina, it's $3.26. That's down from $3.33 just a week ago. And in South Carolina, you'll find the average price at $3.14 a gallon. Gunshot residue was found on the clothes of Alec Murdaugh, the clothes he was wearing the night his wife and son were murdered. We're breaking down the new evidence and a bomb threat that caused the courthouse to be evacuated.
And working to recruit more teachers for Union County schools. A new program just launched to turn their students into educators.